Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Saturday, January 2nd, the ninth day of Christmas. Normally, I don't do church at home on Saturdays. I take it as a day off. But today I thought, you know what? I think it's important to talk about that time off. So today I would like to talk to you about self-care. If you're clergy or if you've been around clergy for a while, you know about something called clergy self-care. And our bishops are always encouraging us to make sure that we are actively doing that through spiritual direction, taking retreats or continuing education, taking time for our daily prayers, things like that. But I think something that gets really overlooked in the church world and in the world in general is the importance for self-care for all people, not just clergy, but also for lay people. And it comes back, I think, to that much overused example, but appropriate example of what happens when you get on an airplane. The flight attendant helps you with the exits are here and all of their stuff. And then they remind us that if something happens, that the emergency oxygen masks are deployed. They will drop down, and anyone responsible for a vulnerable person, a child or someone else, is told, put your own mask on first before you take time to put the mask on the other. It is so important, even though it goes against our nature to help ourselves first. It is so important that we take care of ourselves, because then we can take care of the other people in our lives. And so self-care is a really important topic. And I think for 2021, it's even more important this year because of what we've learned, lessons learned from 2020. Self-care begins right at the basics. It begins right with your physical being. It is really important to take care of the body that God has given you, to house your soul, that all of the work that you do, the prayers you offer, all have in common your physical being. And if you don't take care of that, then anything else you do is going to fall apart. So first of all, stay hydrated. It is so simple. It doesn't seem like it, that we should drink a lot, but we should be drinking a lot of water. I drink coffee. This is a very large mug of coffee. I don't drink so much that I'm addicted to it. I'll have one or two of these throughout a whole day. But I, like everyone else, know that I need to drink more water. When you drink water, oxygen can flow to your brain, into the rest of your body, and everything just works better. You can detox, everything works better. So drink lots of water. Eat lots of healthy foods. Things that are not processed, things that are colorful. Not only does it make you feel better from the inside, but it's appealing to look at it from the outside. So I encourage you to eat foods that you can, especially as we get closer to spring, and hopefully farmers markets and things like that will be able to open up. Eat what's local. Eat what's fresh. Encourage, support our local farmers and our local fishermen and other folks, but just be healthy in your body. As well as getting exercise. Exercise, and I am the first one to admit I don't like exercise. Exercise is so important. So if you have a treadmill at home, or if you have stairs, you can walk up and down the stairs. Take your dog for a walk. Try to take your cat for a walk. Chase your cat around. Go outside if you can and stay safe if you're outside walking. But do what you can to stay mobile. Get yourself up out of your chair, away from your desk, or if you're off your couch, and get some exercise in. Even if it's just walking the halls of your apartment building, that can really keep you moving and keep you physically healthy. Another aspect of self-care for clergy and lay people alike is your emotional or mental self-care. And that one can be a tough one to negotiate these days, especially as we're spending so much time at home, so much time within our own four walls, or with people that we see all the time, or if we're single, for being all by yourself. Staying emotionally and mentally healthy is a difficult task these days, because our routines are so different and our resources have shifted so significantly. But it's really, really important. So do what you can to stay mentally sharp. Do the local crossword puzzle in your paper. Go online and try something. If you're really brave, try Sudoku, or how we pronounce that. I can't figure out how to do that. I like search words because the answers are already there. but do something to keep your mind sharp. But also pay attention to your emotional state. I have a good friend named Alex, who I've known since Alex was about 13 years old. And when he was a teenager, he would come to me, I've got a stomach ache, And sometimes his stomach ache was what we call guilt gut. Something he hadn't done. Maybe he hadn't done his homework and he was dreading that test at school, or had a fight with his parents or something. Pay attention to what your body is telling you. Your emotions will often show themselves, maybe not so much in what you're thinking, but in how your body is reacting. If you find yourself breaking down in tears or laughing hysterically for nothing, if you find you've got a stomach ache or your neck is seizing up, maybe those are indications that there's something that needs readjusting in your mental and emotional life. Pay attention to those. It's so very important. Speaking of staying hydrated, as well as being healthy and having good self-care for your body and your mental and emotional state, it is supremely important that we take care, both as clergy and lay people, for our spiritual self-care. If our spiritual lives are not doing well, then we are not doing well. And our spiritual lives in this time and this day and age can be really difficult, because some of the very things that we have counted on, like Sunday worship or Bible studies and things like that, aren't happening the way that we're used to. They're not happening in person. And never underestimate the power of being in someone else's space, of just sharing the same air as another person. It is so important. So in these days when we're worshiping online, or we're doing things via Zoom, or we're doing things simply apart, it's really important to focus on how God is speaking to you and how are you speaking to God. It's also important to understand that you don't need to feel guilty if you need to take time away. In Mark chapter 6, the Gospel of Mark chapter 6, verses 30 and 31, it says, "The apostles gathered around Jesus and told him all that they had done and taught. And Jesus said to them, 'Come away to a deserted place all by yourselves and rest a while.' For many were coming and going, and they had no leisure even to eat." Even Jesus recognized the importance of taking time away. If God's Son can take time away, then surely we can too. We all need time to retreat. For some people, that looks like going to a convent or a monastery for a week or 40 days or something. That's not realistic for most people. Sometimes a retreat might be a weekend away with the girls, or going up to the hunting lodge and just being in nature. For some people, a retreat may mean telling your family, "I am incommunicado for the next 4 hours," going in a room, closing the door, making sure you have everything you need, and just spending some time in prayer, reading scripture, reading a book about something that you're interested in, something that causes you to think and question and wonder and ponder. Sometimes it might mean just taking a nap. We need to take care of ourselves spiritually. And because of this lockdown, and because of the nature of the way our world is right now, we are called upon to do that for ourselves. I encourage you to take some time to retreat, to take some time to journal, or to write down your thoughts. Part of my spiritual discipline for this year, because of how last year has gone, I've decided I'm going to keep a devotional. I'm going to write every day a short devotional with a piece of scripture and some questions each day in a journal, so that come 2022, I can look back and have a path to follow, a devotional to follow of my own for every day. And so I can see where I've come. How have I grown? Where have I learned? Where am I still the same? And is that okay? Because sometimes it is. Take time this year, take time this week to set aside some time and to pay attention to your physical self-care, your mental and emotional self-care, and your spiritual self-care. At the end of the day, you are the only one who can do that for you. God is calling you to take care of yourself, to seek and serve Christ in yourself, to respect the dignity of every human being by starting with yourself. But God will not force you to do that. Your kids won't force you to do that. Your spouse won't force you. Your dog won't force you. You have to do it yourself. So take some time. Think about what you can do to fully take care of yourself, body, mind, and soul. And enjoy the process. And see if maybe if we all make that an intentional purpose of our lives for 2021, what might we all look like in 2022? What might our communities look like if we all were to take good self-care? Have a wonderful Saturday, folks. Take good care of yourself. Take some time to retreat, to drink a cup of coffee, to light a candle, to be present to God. Allow yourselves to take care of yourselves so that then you can take care of others. God bless you and keep you on this beautiful day. I will see you tomorrow for this worship for the second Sunday after Christmas. It'll be online for 9:30 tomorrow morning. And then I'll be back with Church at Home on Monday, January 4th. God bless everybody. Have a wonderful day.